right?
Yeah. And I'm sure as someone whose career now is about finding the innovative solutions, at this point I'm sure you're well aware that the science of innovation, that it often happens at the intersection of two established domains, right? So it takes people like you who, oh, I have knowledge in this domain, I have knowledge in this domain, and this domain, and oh, I'm actually have a pretty unique insight at the intersection.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing, and it's so much fun, and that's where, like, I know I'm exactly where I belong in the world. And then the fun lesson that comes immediately on the heels of that is, and I need to work with experts in each of those domains who not only don't see what I'm seeing because they haven't had the same experience, but they also don't know how to appreciate or value the generalist, right? So it's like what happens in a given domain is you become the preeminent expert in your domain, and the narrower you go and the higher you climb in that specific domain, and the more specifically you define it, well, the more credibility you essentially have. And that's right for that purpose. But then you talk to that person, it's like, I know just enough to be dangerous about what you're doing. And I have just enough to be dangerous about a million other things. And I'm going to sound like I don't know what the heck I'm talking about with regard to your domain. But it's still worthwhile to pull those pieces together. You have to, because there's no world in which a single domain answers the problems for a diverse ecosystem of problems. It's that interrelationship that becomes problematic. Like, you can do everything right as a soil scientist and then still get it wrong from so like an agronomic and plant productivity standpoint. And then both of you, if you two come together, then if you forget about the economist, which feels totally afield, but like you got to put all of that together. And then there's a psychology that's at play in all of these interrelationships that totally gets ignored by the hard sciences, but it's like, yeah, that's the translation of great science and tech to actually people being willing to pay for it and know how to use it.
Right, and that's the difference with wicked domains. Like you said, complex domains, the specialist is not going to have all of the skills necessary. So multiple specialists have to come together, and they need translators like you sitting in the middle.
Yeah.
Carrying the conversation. I don't normally do this on pods, but I know you're a big reader. You ever read the book Range? By David Epstein, check it out. But it's
cool.
specifically about how people who are a little more generalists and they acquire expertise in multiple domains, one, their careers take a little bit longer to take shape, but two, they're the ones who can bring solutions into wicked domains because the specialists fail in the wicked domains. See the difference between like a golfer. It's like if you just hit golf balls from the time you're 5 years old, you're going to be the best golfer. But solving something complex like agriculture and market economics and climate change, right? That's not going to be solved by someone who just hit golf balls since they were 5, or in your case, did engineering.